Guys, how are you? Today I'm gonna show you how to apply for permanent residency to Australia. Australia, as we all know, is one of the most popular country in terms of immigration, as many people nowadays wants to go to Australia to get higher education, to have a good job and to have a good life. So while applying for Australian residency, I'm going to show you the most popular ways which is followed nowadays. There are many other ways as well, but these ways listed here are the most popular and easiest ways. So one of the most popular one is skilled independent visa, which is also called 189 visa. And to apply for PR to Australia through skilled independent visa 189, you need 60 points. And there is another way that is called skilled nominated visa, where you get nominated from states like New South Wales or Victoria or Darwin, and you also need 60 points for that. If you get nominated through those states, you will get additional 5 points. And there is another way called skilled regional or provisional visa. If you have your relatives such as brother or sister who are related to you by blood, then you will get additional 10 points. And also if you want to live in regional area or rural area of Australia, you will get additional 10 points. So for this category, which is called 489 visa, you also need 60 points. But if you are applying as an accountant, which is in high competition because many people are going to Australia as an accountant, so you may need more than 60 points. In that case, 60 points may not be enough. You may need 65 or 70 points. And also software engineers, if you are applying as software engineers, you may need slightly more than 60 points, maybe 65 points, because many people nowadays are applying as software engineers. And I'd like to say that having higher points, having more points than 60 is always better, because if somebody has 65 points and another person has 60 points, then chance of person with 65 points is always higher. But you should remember that you should never overclaim the points. If you overclaim the points and if you cannot provide evidence for that point, then you will be blacklisted by Australian authority, and you may not be able to apply for permanent residency again for many years. So this is how point is allocated while you apply for a permanent residency to Australia. You get points for age, you get points for English, you get points for work experience, you get points for your qualification. But you get points for qualification only if your skill is assessed as positive. For example, if you are applying as an civil engineer, you need to get your skill assessed from appropriate authority who give you positive skill assessment as an civil engineer. And there are some other ways to get few points, like few points. And also if you get nomination by rural area, or if you have relatives in Australia, relatives living in Australia, then you get additional 10 points. And if you apply for 190 visa, then you may get 5 points if you get nominated by those states. And if you have lived and studied in Australia for at least 1 to 2 years, then you may get additional 5 points if you are able to pass that degree. So if you can quickly look this point allocation here. So if you are with regards to age, you can get maximum of 30 points if you are within 25 to 32 years. And with regards to English, if you can get 8 or higher in each band of IELTS, or 79 or higher in each bands of PTE, you can get maximum of 20 points. And for qualification, if your skill is assessed, you can get 15 points if you have bachelor degree. But if you have PhD, you get 5 more points. That makes you 20 points. That gives you 20 points. This point allocation system is designed in such a way that you will never get above like 85 to 90 points. For example, if you get high points for age, you will get less points for work experience. But if you get high points for work experience, if you will get less point for age. So these authorities here are the appropriate skill assessment authorities. For example, if you are applying as a civil engineer, you should consult Engineers Australia, and you should provide them with certificates, your work experience, and you should pay them some money to assess your skills. I myself applied as an agricultural scientist, which is assessed by PET Assist, and I had to pay around $800 to get my skill assessed as an agricultural scientist. And similarly, if you are applying as a veterinarian, you can apply through ABVC, and if you are applying as a medical practitioner, I think it's MedBA. So you can search for this name in Google to know more about these skill assessment authorities. So before applying for skill assessment, you need to collect all your transcript, documents, and work experience, and provide them with those documents electronically, and they will assess your skills within 2 to 3 months, which might be either positive or negative. So if you get positive skill assessment, then you are sure to get 15 points, and if you have PhD, that is additional 5 more points, and then only you can go ahead and apply for PR. Without skill assessment, you will not be able to apply for PR. So after skill assessment, then you have to do English test. After or before, it doesn't matter, it depends on your timing. And then after you have 60 points, if you are applying for 189 visa, then or if you have 55 points, then you can apply for 190 visa or 489 visa, because in 190 visa you will get 5 points for nomination by state, and for 489 visa you will get 10 points for nomination by your relatives, such as brother or sister, or by the regional part of Australia. So for 190 and 489 you need 55 points, as you will get 5 or 10 additional points from those nomination. But for 189 visa, which is independent of any other things like nomination, you need 60 points. So after you are sure that you have 65 points, you can file expression of interest through skill select. Expression of interest is like you can file the interest that you want to go to Australia, and the link shown here is the way how you apply for expression of interest. So once you apply for expression of interest, you don't have to do anything, you just have to wait for invitation. So if the skill select is satisfied with your points, then you will get invitation within days to months. It depends on the number of points. If you have higher points, there is higher chance that you will get invitation earlier, and it also depends on occupational ceiling. For example, if you are applying as an accountant, and the number of accountants which are invited has already reached occupational ceiling, then you will get invitation in the next year. But in the meantime, you can try to improve your points through English or experience. And once you get invitation, then you only have to apply visa. You only have to lodge visa through this link. I hope this video is useful for you. I would like to wish you good luck for applying PR to Australia. Please do not forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.